Project Dirt, Chapter 22, Unexpected Visitors. When Adam docked at the hub, he was met by Mr. Nug and his 2 bodyguards. Adam walked over to them. Mr. Nug looked around and saw 3 droids with Adam. Nobody else? No bodyguard, Mr. Knug said, and Adam smiled. Archangel, here is my bodyguard. He is quite enough. Besides, we are at the hub. We are civilized, right? The worst I should fear is a lawsuit. As he spoke, D01 changed its name tag to Archangel. Yes, we are mostly safe, Mr. Angler. Did you bring the wares? He looked around, and Adam nodded. These 2 will be your promotion droid. I have 2,000 made droids and 2,000 construction droids. We can talk about other designs at your office. The made droid does not look like much. They won't sell much, he said, and Adam just smirked. Are you sure? Sizia slaves are the most popular for such work, right? Mr. Nug smiled and nodded. Yeah, they sure are easy to. Wow. What? As he spoke, the maid turned into a very exotic-looking Sizia woman. Adam just smiled. Fully functional. Do you want a male version? The droid turned from female to male. Or is the hair color wrong? You want one with blue hair? As he spoke, the droid changed its hair color to blue. Then, Adam turned to the droid. Return to factory setting, please. Mr. Nug just stared, lost for words. Shall we go to your office? We can talk about all the settings and other apps we can add. Mr. Nug shook himself out of shock. Yeah, this one will sell. Let us go to the office. Adam ensured that Mr. Harry Roro had joined them. He wanted somebody on his side in this discussion. Adam explained how the maid droid works when they got to the office. He could see Mr. Knug plotting, and Adam started to get worried. It was late into the evening when he had enough. Look, I don't know how many times we have to go over it. No, you don't get access to the Mudskin formula or the nano processor, and honestly, I do not know why you even ask. If you sell those, I will sue you for 3 times what they offered you, and they will most likely kill you, as you have proven yourself untrustworthy. You are now part of the company that will introduce the Mudskin to this part of the galaxy, and our competition will be months after us before they can produce this quality. He was tired as he shifted in the chair, and suddenly, the door opened, and Mr. Nug lowered his head. I'm sorry, they threatened to kill me if I didn't keep you here. 5 lawyers stood at the door. It was clear from their stance and clothes, and Mr. Harry Roro sighed as he saw them. Mr. Jarmork, I see you brought your cheerleaders. Then Mr. Harry Roro turned to Mr. Nug. I see what happened. I think you should leave and let Mr. Wrangler and I deal with them. Adam looked at his lawyer and then at Mr. Nug and gave him a nod. Put the droids in the storage and start the sales according to plan. We will talk about this later. Mr. Nug left quickly and Adam looked at the new lawyers. And what can I help you with? The identified lawyer sat down opposite Adam and took out a pad. You can sell your company to the Mugger Corporation. We have put together a fair offer. He handed it to Adam, who looked to Mr. Harry Roro, who took the pad, looked at it, and laughed. That's not even close to what the company is worth. It's actually an insult. It's the best offer he will get. He is growing big too fast, and you know it. Your boss has been hiding him, but there are rumors about him. His last sales of minerals, his investments, and how his contract had been circulating. He's getting dangerous. And now this. He was buying up a slave pen and changing it to a droid company. We would normally ignore such foolishness if it weren't for how many clients he got. That him on our radar, every mega corporation was on the dock as he came in. We all saw his droid, and they all want a piece of it. The lawyer completely ignored Adam. But Mr. Harry Roro did not. Looks like you ruffled some feathers, sir. What do you want to do about this? Adam thought for a moment, then smiled. Sell. Mr. Jarmok smiled, but then the smile vanished as Adam continued. Sell more droids, of course. Yes, I offer something new, and from where I'm from, you have 2 choices. Adapt or go broke. These new droids are coming to the market with or without me. You're forgetting I'm just one human. Do you think I'm the only one? He looked at the lawyers behind Mr. Jarmok. You represent a giant company and their interests. Why try to crush me when you could work with me? You come here trying to threaten me. It is not going to work, so please leave and let us sell our goods. This conversation has, of course, been recorded. If anything happens to Mr. Nug or this shop or its customer, then I have to inform the federal government about your attempt to sabotage commerce. You might win, but you will have to go to court, which will drag on for a long time. Your company's enemy would love to help us kick you off the hub, as you would them, so please leave and next time you come to visit, show some manners. Jarmok smiled. It will be hard to prove that in court. There isn't any recording device in this room that works. Archangel, did you record the conversation? Adam said, and a small hologram of the room appeared between him and Jarmok, showing the whole conversation. Humans had the same problem when we used our jammers against alien tech. It's not that ours is better, it's just too alien for your jammers. Adam smiled and stood up. So, now that it's proven, let's start a new one next time I'm at the hub, and maybe we can negotiate a beneficial deal between us. You're, after all, a megacorporation, and there are things I would like to change that your guys can help me with. Jarmok stood up, smiling. Like what? Well, an alternative to slavery that would be profitable for all of us. We got clone droids for that, and we still have slaves. People prefer alive people. Droids are simple AIs, and not as good as a person's natural cognitive process, Jarmok said, and Adam sighed. Guess so? Still, what we offer is cheaper and doesn't require a growth period. The factory can spit out 1,000 a day now, probably 100,000 within a year. Maybe I'm wrong and go bankrupt, or I might be right and do pretty well. We will see. So, let's just agree to wait and see then. I guess so. Let's hope you stay safe until we find out. A friendly advice. There are lots of pirates who are already upset with you. Apparently you killed one of their pirate lords as he was traveling incognito with his brides. If his men find out where you are, they will attack and enslave you all. Have a nice day. Adam looked after him, and then to Mr. Harry Roro as they were alone. Did he really threaten me with pirates after I showed him everything was recorded? Mr. Harry Roro chuckled. Yes, and it was meant as a friendly warning. It can only be used against him and his company if you actually get attacked by pirates. Muggercorp will claim he acted on his own. But give me a copy of this meeting to store it, and start building a case if something happens. Adam agreed, and Archangel sent Mr. Harry Roro a copy. Then, Adam talked to Mr. Nug about what had happened. He found out several of the corporations had sent lawyers. Some had wanted to invest, others tried to push them out, which was strange as the goods were not even on the market yet. Adam told him that he should contact Mr. Harry Roro the next time this happens. Now, he should start selling the droids. If pirates came by, he should tell them the truth. You don't know where my location is, but they can leave a contact, and Adam will get in touch with them. He smiled as he left. Anyone who was stupid enough to do that would be leaking to Kira. He just needed to find a way to contact her. After that, he contacted Minna and explained the current situation. She insisted on sending a couple of media personnel and Federation inspector to Dirt for inspection. If they could approve of his operation, they could apply for military protection from pirates, as they now had a credible threat. The argument lasted 2 hours, and in the end, Adam had 7 journalists, 5 inspectors, 2 lawyers, and a law clerk to inspect the office at his base. Well, at least the trip back was interesting. Both Miss Jin and Hartnett did their best to help him navigate the media personnel, who were doing their best to discover everything they could about this human. Adam was fed up when they entered the system. One of the media personnel had started to talk about the chaos that came to bring order and life to the dead world. Adam laughed and said, "Another one? Does this guy die too?" After that, they tried to find out what he meant with another one, and had already heard about Kancha. Adam quickly changed the subject and did his best to avoid the media. They were crazy. Instead, he focused on showing them what they had done. The inspectors were impressed and discussed the potential for a new large-scale industry. Adam played it down when he saw the nitrogen cubes had grown in size to 75 cubic kilometers, and that there was a steady stream going toward Dirt. When they landed, Vorts and Jork met them. Vorts looked at the media following Adam, and then at Jork. Looks like Kaina won the bet. She will be happy. Adam spent the rest of the day guiding them around the facility and answering questions. The next day he let them wander around by themselves because they wanted to do some interviews without him hovering nearby. He had somebody watching them anyway because he didn't trust any of them. Rox and Kaina arrived the next day with a full cargo and lots of good news. Several groups would like to settle at Dirt, so they wanted to make sure it was okay with Adam before they brought them here. Adam said it was, of course, okay. and they would pick them up when the inspectors and media returned to the hub. The next day, he was sitting down at lunch when the alarm went off, and he contacted CERN, who was in the admin room on control duty. "CERN, what's the alarm about? What's happened?" "We got 5 inbound ships, sir. Military ships. They just blew up the observation satellite. They missed the secondary system. I think they are pirates, sir."